Am I audible? So, hey guys, welcome back if you're watching. And for those who are watching this live stream afterwards, my name is Harshit and I'm a final year beta candidate grad preparing for my placements. I took this challenge to be consistent and disciplined with solving problems regularly. And today is day number 39. Okay, day number 39 है ना आज? Yes, today is day number 39 of our 45 days of code challenge, which we will continue after 45 days as well. And will be solving DSA problems regularly, consistently. And let's go. So, as G Bhai is here, let's go. Welcome, Swarit. How are you? And I think I can also leave the live chat along with me on my screen. Okay. So yesterday we had solved two medium problems. Okay. I hope it has not disturbed the alignment on the. Okay. We are good to go. So today is code delete करते हैं. Today is day number 39 of our 45 days of code challenge, and on day number 38 we had solved two problems that were remove k digits from the given number and largest rectangle in a histogram. Okay. And today we will continue with the maximum rectangle problem, which is a hard problem on lead code. So let's continue with that. Here is the problem. Let's read it. I hope the screen is clearly visible and looks good to you. And let's get started. Given a row, uh, this is problem number 85 on lead code, maximal rectangle. It is a hard problem. Okay, let's try together and let's see who solves first. So the given problem states that we are given a binary matrix which consists of zeros and ones with the size row by column and filled with zeros and ones. We need to find the largest rectangle containing only ones and return its area. So simply we would be given a matrix to matlab n cross m, where n is the number of rows it consists and m is the number of columns of the matrix, and we need to find the area of the maximum rectangle which consists only ones. The given matrix will contain zeros and ones. I think I need to do something first. Okay, Harshit, Ethan, and let's wait a minute, guys, if you're watching. Just doing something. Okay, and then it hurts by the tube. I was just kidding that day. Sorry, संस्कृत में करने की जरूरत नहीं है. संस्कृत में श्लोक याद करो, दैट इज इनफ. Let's go. Okay, so what we have a matrix of some random size. We need to calculate the area of the rectangle which consists only once, the maximum area of rectangle which consists once only. So yesterday we have a very easy question. Yes, it seems easy, but it is not. Sorry. So yesterday we had solved this largest rectangle in a histogram problem. Okay, that's great, SG bhai. Yesterday we had solved this largest rectangle in a histogram problem, in which what we were doing, we were just calculating the heights using a monotonic stack and the area. So the only problem was to calculate the number of subarrays on the left side. Okay, that's great. You had done it quickly. मुझे तो time लग रहा है, and I will take my time to do the same. Let's solve this problem. Where is maximum rectangle? So what we can do, uh, we had solved the maximum rectangle in a histogram problem, in which what we were doing, we were just calculating the height of maximum rectangle. Okay, जैसे ये है, suppose this is a matrix and all the rectangles consist once into it, so we can use the same problem. Same code, I think, to solve this problem. We will first convert these numbers, binary numbers, into histograms for each row. Let's see how we can do that. Mm, let's take out the number of columns from the matrix. So we have given a matrix. We can create an integer variable number of columns named as cols is equals to matrix length of the first row, that is matrix of 0 dot length, right? After that we will create a array of heights for each column. Okay, in which we will see what we are doing. We have calculated the length of row of the given matrix. Okay, and then we will create a array which contains the height of ones for each row, मतलब each column, I mean. Each row contains number of elements which is equal to number of columns. Okay, and when we create an array, let me do that. Let's say I have created an array of heights is equals to new int of size cols. Okay, so in this we have created another array which will store the height of every column in which it consists only once. Okay, and then after calculating the height, we can convert this problem into the easier problem, that was calculate the maximum rectangle of the histogram in the histogram. जैसा ये problem है इसमें convert कर देंगे. We have to create this height array from this matrix. And how can we do that? That we have to figure out. Okay. First part is to find out how we can convert this matrix into the array of heights which contains the height of bars or pillars in the histogram. Okay. And also the answer will be stored in int max area is equals to 0. We will add the area into this variable. Okay. And let's say we will process this row first. Let's say we are proceeding with the bottom row. Okay. And for each number in this row, it will add up to the heights array if it contains ones. Okay. So let's say when the screen is visible, right? Hmm. So let's say it is a 5 by 4 matrix. So let's create it. See, this is a given matrix. Suppose this is the given matrix. Number of rows is equals to 4, right? And the last row contain ones on the 0th and the third index. And the second last row contains ones only. 1, 1, 1, 1. And then on the second row, 0 is 1. कितना टाइम वेस्ट कर दिया मैंने सबका, या खुद का, बट आई विल टेक टाइम। So this is the given matrix. What we will do, we will convert this matrix into an array of histogram which consists of the height, okay, of ones in this. So it would look like, so for each row we will create a array of heights which will be extending the height of ones after each row. Okay, so suppose when we are talking about this row, it will contain the heights array on jth row. Okay, mm, where j is the column number. Okay, and for this height for this row, let's say this row is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So for this third row, the heights at j represents the height of ones. So currently it will be 1 on the 0th index. Okay, this is the number of column. Okay, index of the column 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so the maximum number of columns is 4. So on the first index we will add this 1 into the heights. Okay, on the second, on the first index the height will be 0 as there is 0. On the second index also it will be 0. On the third index it will be 1. On the fourth index it will be 0. So it is just we are just maintaining the height of ones, consecutive ones, in this particular row. Okay, using this array. And then we will move to the next row and we will add to this same array on the jth column. So when here j represents this column number or the index of the column, j gets updated every time for each row. Okay, so j is the inner loop and I is the outer loop which represents the row, j represents the column. And then in this case, when we encounter 1, we will add it to the jth column of height. Okay, तो jth column पे add करेंगे तो it will become 2. Okay, it will represent the height of ones, consecutive ones, on that particular column. Okay, on the next column it will add to the previous height and it will become 1, the next will become 1, the next will become 2, and the next will become 1 only. Okay, and after that it will become uh, 3, the height will become 3, here it will remain 1, here it will become 2, here it will become 3, here it will become 2, and same goes on to the fourth row. That will be, here its height will become 4, here its height will remain 1, here its height will become 3, here its height will remain 3, and here also its height will remain 2. So in this way, we will calculate the array of histograms, like array of bars or heights in a histogram. हर रो के लिए एक histogram बनेगा and we will calculate the maximum area, and the maximum area for every row will contain the maximum of max area, max area and the outcome of the maximum area for every histogram. Okay, so we will use the same code that we wrote for the rectangle, largest rectangle area, right? We will give this heights wala input into this function and will use it to calculate our largest rectangle in the given heights wala array. Okay, so we will use it here. So we have copied that largest rectangle area wala function, and let's write it. And actually the process of adding this will begin from the first row. So we will add the first row numbers into the height array. Okay, so initially the heights will be 0. इसको erase करते हैं. Let's say on step 1, on step 1 we will begin with initializing heights array, heights array as 0 0. Okay, so initially it will be a empty array of length equals to the number of columns, that is 5 in our case. So it will be 0 0 0. Okay, इतना क्यों कर रहा हूँ मैं? 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0. Okay, so this is the initial values of our row, and we will process row number 0, that is the first row. Okay, after processing row 0, heights wala array will become equals to 1 comma 0 comma 1 comma 0 comma 0. Okay, okay, this is how it will look like. Okay, and this will represent the histogram for that particular row. Okay, and in this we will apply that largest rectangle formula, and it will give the maximum area for our current row. Okay, so इसका जो maximum area निकलेगा that will be max area for this row will be equals to 1 only. Okay, because there are only single ones, there is no consecutive ones. Okay, possible. And after that, in the step 2 we will calculate the same thing for row second row, but this time we will add up the consecutive ones in the column. Okay, step 2 will be heights will be equals to On step 2, height 2 will be initially like this. Okay, I think I should reduce the volume a little bit because it is catching some unnecessary noises. Okay, now we will. Okay, so initially the heights will be like this, and for on the step 2 we are calculating now the heights for the second row. Okay, and in this, after processing row 1, after processing row 1, the heights will become, how will it become? The first one will be added to the heights, the second one will also be added to the height, and the remaining two one will be added to zeros. Okay, so it will become, the first one will be added to it and the height will become 2. This is our matrix. Okay, and our height for the first row will become like 2 comma 0 comma 2 and comma, and 1 will be added to the same heights for that particular column. Okay, and this way we have created another histogram for row number 2. Okay, so this time what is happening, we are just calculating the histogram consecutively, cumulatively, row by row. पहले we are just checking the first row. Okay, let me do it like this. जैसे कि first step में we calculated this row, on the second step we calculated the second row like 0th index, first index वाला, and similarly we will go on and create some, मतलब जितने भी number of rows हैं उतने number of heights we will create for the histogram. Okay, and then we will calculate the maximum area of rectangle. So let's write the code for this. Right now we have created this maximum area, and where are the checks? मैं checks देखना तो भूल ही गया. भैया प्लेसमेंट हुआ, भैया का प्लेसमेंट अभी नहीं हुआ. What time it is? भैया is waiting for placements. Off campus का क्या सीन है bro? I have not appeared into any off campus placement drive or anything. I have not applied on off campus companies right now because I'm only appearing in on campus companies in my college. And let's say for each row, so in the matrix let us convert each row into a character array. Okay, so and name it as current row. Current row in each row of the matrix. Okay, so matrix, so for each row in the matrix we will use a for loop that will be containing columns. Okay, which is for columns. So int call is equals to 0, where call a column is less than cols. Cols is the number of columns in the given matrix. Okay, and will increase. अच्छा इसको j कर देते हैं call को. Call is nothing but j, and j plus plus. Okay, j represents the number of columns, and then I am missing your comment. मेरे साथ कंपटीशन ले लिया, स्किल्स एंड स्पीड और बढ़ानी होगी. ओके, के लिए मेरे साथ कंपटीशन के लिए स्किल और स्पीड बढ़ानी होगी. वी विल compete later bro. Right now I'm just learning. Okay, we will compete later. So we have created a for loop, and we will add 1 into the heights array that we have created if we encounter ones. Okay, so for each column, wait a minute. Hello, am I audible? We are back. There was a call, urgent call, but which was not urgent. Let's get back to the problem. What we were doing, we are calculating the height for histogram for each row. Okay, so we were checking if we encounter ones, we will add it to the height. So if the current row, current row, current row, okay, current row at j is equals to 1, that means on the jth column the current row contains 1, we will add it to the histogram. Okay, histogram of heights. So we will update heights uh, okay, heights of j we will increment it by 1. Okay, heights of j will be plus equals to 1. Okay, we will add 1 to the height of that particular column. Okay, else if it is 0, we will reset the height. Okay, अगर हम 0 एनकाउंटर करते हैं, सपोज वी आर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द वी आर talking about the third column in this screen is visible, right? Huh. So we are talking about the third column and we go on to the fourth row. ठीक है, we will encounter 0, so the height will become 0 this time, so we have to reset the height. Okay, for the third column. So what we will do, we will update the height of that column as 0. Okay, we have updated the height for that particular row in that column, particular column, and okay, we have done this, and then for each row, ठीक है, ये तो पूरा रो के लिए था, एक पर्टिकुलर रो के लिए। और this for loop is looping each row. Okay, so for each row what we will be doing, we will be updating the max area variable with the maximum rectangle area for the given histogram. So how we will do that? Max area is equals to math dot max of max area, same variable now, max area, comma, and then we will call this method, that is the previous problem that we had solved yesterday. Okay, and calling that method we will calculate the maximum area of the rectangle using the histogram method. Okay, so largest, इसको कॉपी पेस्ट ही कर देते हैं, यहाँ से कॉपी एंड पेस्ट, यहाँ पे we will give height as the input, and this is how it will be done. And let's run this program and see if it works. Okay, is there any error? Let's run it. Swarit, are you watching? SG boy, compiler error, missing return statement. Okay, area तो return किया ही नहीं. We will return max area. Okay, after that let's run it. Share your code. तुमने कैसे solve किया था? I will learn from it. And how is my method? मैंने जैसे किया वो सही है या नहीं? Let's submit. And it worked. And I'm beating 81% of solutions. 84 what? Lead code 84. Problem number 84 on lead code. And this worked. And it is marked as a hard problem. It is hard because it uses the previous problem, largest rectangle in a histogram. And we had solved this problem yesterday. Yes, problem number 84 on lead code. Share your solution for this problem. We have done this. Maximal rectangles is done. Eight. Let's go. Next problem is sliding window maximum. That is also marked as hard. ये ये भी hard marked है lead code पे. Maximal rectangle. Let's solve this sliding window maximum problem. Discord. Is the Discord screen visible to you guys? I hope it's not visible to you. SG Pro. Okay, stack largest rectangle area and edge. Okay, but it will return only the maximum height. Stack integer s minus 1 m is equals to 0. n is equals to h dot length. Mm, that's a good solution. Return m. M is the maximum area. That's nice. Okay, but your code is good. मतलब ठीक है. That's good. Screen blank हो गया क्या? Now let's solve this problem. Sliding window maximum. Okay. 1, 2. Should we start solving this problem? Let's read out. You are given an array of integers, nums. There is a sliding window of size k, which is moving from very left of the array to the very right. You can only see the k numbers in the window. Each time the sliding window moves right by one position. Okay, return the maximum sliding window. That means the window which has the maximum sum. अच्छा ठीक है, we have to calculate the sum for each window and has have to return the sum on each window. Okay, the first window will have the sum as 3, the second window will have sum as 3, the third window will have sum as 5, the next window will have sum as 5, the next window will have sum as acha, it is not the sum, it is the maximum number in the window. It will have 6 and the next window will have 7. Okay, so we just need to return the max. So in the first window 3 is the maximum, second window the 3 is maximum, third window 5 is maximum, fourth window 5 is maximum, sixth window 6 is maximum, and on the seventh window 7 is maximum. And there are 7 elements, right, in the given array. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elements, and we have 3. So the remainder after mm, so we will have 6 number of windows possible for the given array if the size of window is k. So it will be equals to n by k. N is n plus 1 by k. N by k. Okay. So let's try to solve it by ourselves using brute force approach. Then we will try to optimize it if possible. So how we can do that? Let's store int the size of the given array as int n. N is equals to the size of the given nums array. So nums dot length, it will store the length of the given array. After that we have k, and then we need to return output as an int array. Int answer is equals to new int of size n by k. Okay, so n by k क्यों लिख रहा हूँ मैं, क्योंकि it will have n by k number of windows possible. Okay, let me explain. Why I'm writing n by k? What is given? इसको close करते हैं. Largest will be 9. We are solving sliding window problem. Suppose we are given this array. अरे वाह, इसने तो सीधा चार्ट बना दिया. I need to know its features to use it efficiently. Okay. So suppose if this is the given array and the size of the window is given as k is equals to 3. Okay. जैसा कि given example में था. So size of the window is 3. So the window would look like window would be of this size. This is the size of the window. Okay. This is the window, and let's say when the number of elements in the given array is 8 and the size is k, then it can we can create 6 windows only. Okay, the first window will contain these 3 elements. The next window will contain these 3 elements. The second window, the third window, the fourth window, fifth window, and the sixth window. After sixth window, we will reach the end. Okay, so it will only store, it can only number of windows possible will be equals to n upon k. N is the number of elements in the given array and k is the number of elements in the given window, size of the given window. Okay, so what we will do, we will create an answer array which will store the answer, and after that what we need to do, um, abhi we are not considering the edge cases like the array is empty or the size of the array is 1. We are assuming that the size of the array is greater than k always. Okay, and then we will run a for loop for int I is equals to 0 and I less than n by k को अपन स्टोर कर लेते हैं n में, तो int m is equals to n upon k. Okay, which is the number of, and then I less than m, I plus plus. So we will calculate the sum for every window possible. Okay, and inside this for loop we will run another for loop for int j is equals to 0, j less than k, j plus plus. Okay, and j will be equals to I here. Okay, so it will go up to, if the value of k is 3, so it will start from 0th index and go up to 3 indexes. On the second row it will go start from the first index and go up to 3 indexes. On the third row it will start from the second index and go up to 3 indexes. right? And every time we will be adding it to the answer. So int current sum, okay, int max is equals to um, integer dot min underscore value. Okay, so it will store the smallest possible value for our integer, and every time we will check if the current value is the maximum in the current window. Okay, so max will be updated as math.max of max comma nums of j. Okay, so it will calculate the maximum of the current window for the current window, and after each window we will update the answer array. So we will update the answer array of I as max. Max. Okay, so max will contain the maximum of that current window, and after that we will return answer. And this is the simple solution. Let's run it. I hope it works. कुछ तो गड़बड़ कर दी, यहाँ पे सेमीकोलन नहीं लगाया. This is a wrong answer. ये विंडो पूरी क्यों नहीं दिख रही है? Now it's good. Okay, first test case ही pass नहीं हुआ. We return the output as 3 only. What is the problem? Okay, n by k is the wrong thing that I was doing. n by k क्यों होगा? We need to store the multiple of k which is less than n. How do we do that? कितनी सिली मिस्टेक की मैंने, और मुझे अभी समझ नहीं आ रहा. How to get the number of windows that we need to get. If the number of elements is 8, size of the window is 3. Okay, we will just do n minus n n modulus of k. N modulus of k. Now it should work. correctly. Mm, okay, why is it returning? Okay, I will store that. And max is the minimum element. And for j is equals to I. J less than. Okay, it is not j less than k. J less than I plus k होगा. I plus k. Now it worked. Let us submit it. I hope there's no edge cases remaining, but out of bound हो गया. But why j I plus k में? Hmm, what wrong I'm doing? Should I use while loop? कितनी silly mistake कर रहा हूँ मैं? We are calculating the window for every I. मतलब we are iterating I from 0 to the number of windows possible, that is 6. So 0 1, okay. mm, Less than m. Out of bound is going because of this. I plus k is 3. mm, I is less than m. Here it worked, but in the third test case it is failing. K is equals to 2. It will return 2 minus 1, that is 1. M will be 0. I will be 0. 0 plus 2 is out of bound. It should be minus 1 also. Let's submit it. एरर तो आ ही गया सबमिशन में. फर्स्ट सबमिशन. फर्स्ट टेस्ट केस में ही गड़बड़ हो गई है. यहाँ क्यों वर्क कर रहा है ये? हाँ. Why it returned minus 1 there? This easy सा solution है इसका, and still I am complicating it. Can anyone tell me what's wrong I'm doing with this? Mm, हसल कोड इज सेइंग रिजल्ट आया कैप जेमिनाई का नो ब्रो अभी नहीं आया आई विल अपडेट मेक अ सेपरेट वीडियो इफ वी गेट द रिजल्ट what's wrong with this intuition let us ask ChatGPT कितने सालों में आएगा आई डोंट नो इस साल तो आ जाना चाहिए but this only works if the array size is a multiple of k n minus k plus 1 okay here it should be n minus k plus 1 it was that simple and inner loop boundary and the time complexity is very high. लास्ट टाइम चला गया था ऑफ कैंपस कुछ सीन बताओ यार हेलो जोरो हाउ आर यू वेलकम बैक टाइम लिमिट एक्सीडेड we need to think of a better solution ऑफ कैंपस का क्या सीन बताऊं ब्रो it is difficult I've not applied I've not experienced off campus placements but my friends are trying they get some opportunities but they don't get the expected salary that is why they don't join yes आज stream थोड़ी जल्दी start हो गई and will be early for some days dq it maintains indices of potential maximums in the window okay dq remove smaller elements in k ranges as they are useless add current element at the end starting from index k minus 1 save the max एक कंपनी में इंटर्न का ऑफर मिला था मना करके आ गया अब रिग्रेट हो रहा है why bro if you were getting an opportunity and if it was good you should have taken it don't lose opportunities और वैसे भी इंटर्नशिप था तो you should take internships bro it will add to your experience only अगर मुझे कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी तो आई विल डेफिनेटली नॉट मिस इट bro I am in my fifth semester can I prepare for now to get placed bro I started in my seventh semester you are still ahead so you can start definitely and you can get placed by your sixth semester you can definitely get placed if you start today you can get placed in your sixth semester. And I would only suggest you to start early as possible. एक क्वेश्चन हो गया, यस ब्रो, एक क्वेश्चन हो गया. दैट वाज मैक्सिमल रेक्टेंगल वाला प्रॉब्लम. दो नहीं, एक का रिवीजन हुआ, एक का सॉल्यूशन हुआ. दैट वाज दिस monotonic stack maximal rectangles problem. This was the last problem in this monotonic stack and queue problems. We have solved all these problems using stack instead, and we should also learn about queues, how we can use queues. And here come DQ. DQ के बारे में तो पढ़ा ही नहीं था. And from what, Suyash, you were saying something. अच्छा ठीक है. Can I prepare from now? कैब जी का रिजल्ट नहीं आया, टीआईटी में आ गया है 139 प्लेस्ड. दैट्स गुड. 139. लास्ट ईयर कितना था वहाँ से नंबर? आई होप थोड़ा अच्छा नंबर आए अपने कॉलेज से. टेक. थैंक यू स्वरित. आई हैव नॉट यूज्ड डेक, so I did not know how to pronunciate it. Parth Agrawal, thank you so much, bro. So many people are here. Where are you from, Parth? And in which year you are currently? What do you do? Share with us. And thanks for your appreciation. Is there any other method in which I can solve it? Sliding window maximum. Mm, Can optimization using a running max with recheck on expiry using a max heap priority queue. It will result in O n log of k, much better than O n of k. This is still O big of n k. So running max is useless. मैक्स हीप का यूज़ करना पड़ेगा. मैक्स हीप भी नहीं आता मुझे. मोनोटोनिक टैक इज द बेस्ट चॉइस. Let's learn about tech first. I know what is a queue, but I don't know what is a tech. Zoro bhai, SG bhai has done graduation, post graduation, jobs, and cracked multiple websites also. Not cracked, hacked multiple websites. And he will now become a white hat hacker. Hmm. The DAC data structure, DAC or double-ended queue. Okay, DAC is double-ended queue. Generalized version of queue data structure. Okay, DAC in Java. DAC is simple. DAC first, last, add first, at last. This is the only difference. And it implements. Okay, DAC is an interface. Array deck resizable array implementation fast for insertion removal at both ends, not a thread safe. Linked list double-ended linked list supports all tag operation, allows null. Add first at last, removing elements at first at last and then remove. Poll dq.pop or dq.poll. Iterating through the tag. Okay, let's see. Okay, you are also in your final year. Have you appeared in any interview, Parth? Thanks, Swarit, for your explanation. So he created a tag, array tag. K ranges, they are useless. Add current element at the end. Okay, how was your interview, last interview? And in which company you have interviewed for? I don't know. You have to find the maximum value in the window at each position. Hmm, the, it was decent. So your and when was your interview? When you appeared? मैं कितना फंबल कर रहा हूँ, कितना सोच रहा हूँ, कितना my English sucks nowadays. मुझसे ये प्रॉब्लम क्यों सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा? Why I didn't learn about tech and priority queue? Just after Diwali, then you have time. रिजल्ट आने में थोड़ा टाइम है अभी. मेरा इंटरव्यू हुआ था अराउंड 12th ऑफ अक्टूबर एंड इट वाज रियली गुड. मतलब बहुत अच्छा गया था मेरा इंटरव्यू तो. बट रिजल्ट्स आना अभी बाकी है, सो लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस. Hoping for the best. So nested loops does not work well. We need to change the approach. Hmm. So DAC is a double-ended queue, and how we can use double-ended queue to optimize the solution. Starting from the first index, we We'll check if the deck is empty. If the deck is empty, we will simply insert the current number into the deck. Okay. After that, we will move to the second index or the next index. When I is equals to 1, then we will check if the current number is greater than the previous one. If it is greater than previous one, we will remove the previous element from the deck and will insert the index only. We are just storing the indexes. Okay, you can't see this. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Parth is saying results are out. Bro, तुम्हारे कॉलेज में आ गया होगा, मेरे कॉलेज में अभी लोगों के इंटरव्यूज ही चल रहे थे. Results are not out yet. Or maybe I'm not selected. कुछ ज़्यादा ही अच्छा चला गया मेरा इंटरव्यू. I'm hoping for the first possibility that in my college there's no update. How many students are there in your college, Parth? अभी नहीं आया कोई रिजल्ट. हाँ SG ब्रो, उड़ा दो. Hmm, 177 got selected. That's a good number. Why there's so much delay in my voice? Okay. Guys, should I take a break or should I end the stream after solving this problem? Will you solve some more problems with me? We will solve the celebrity problem and stock spend problem after this problem. Okay. ब्रो अभी मेरा रिजल्ट आना बाकी है, कोई नेगेटिव रिजल्ट नहीं आया है अभी, सो प्लीज डोंट हैक द वेबसाइट्स, राइट। हो सकता है कि इट इज़ जस्ट अ डिले, सो लेट्स वेट फॉर द रिजल्ट्स फर्स्ट। ठीक है। फर्स्ट एज केस, इफ n इज इक्वल्स टू 0 और k is equals to 0, we will return new int of size 0. Okay, and then we will create an integer array named result is equals to new int of size n minus k plus 1. Okay, that we had understood already why it is the size. SG भाई select करा दो हैक करा के, that would be better. नहीं, मुझे नहीं जाना जेल। ठीक है, deck of integer using this interface we will create new array tag. Okay, so it will store the indices of maximums for every window, and is the num. So we will only store those indexes which are currently in the window and smaller than the maximum. So let's run a for loop for each number in the array. So int I is equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. After that, we will run a while loop. While deck is not empty, is empty, and nums of deck dot peak last, okay, is less than the current number. Okay, is less than nums of I. Then we will simply remove the last number from the tag. So tq dex डॉट रिमूव करने के लिए क्या मेथड होता है? पोल पोल लास्ट, बेटर कॉल मी सॉल्व। soul, and then we will add the current element. Stack dot offer, and tomorrow we will practice deck and cube problems. Okay, मुझे उसके methods याद नहीं है deck वाले, so that will be better that I learn deck problems, cube and deck. Hmm. Starting from index, and out of window elements को कैसे remove करेंगे? If tag is not empty and tag dot peak is equals to I minus k, we will simply remove the first element from the tag, that is out of the window. उसके बाद क्या था? Where is it? This is priority queue. Starting from index k minus 1, save the maximum into the result. हाँ, डेक पढ़ के आएंगे कल और प्रॉब्लम्स करेंगे डेक से रिलेटेड. मेरे मिड सेम भी आ रहे हैं और मिड सेम का भी पढ़ना है. आई विल बी, क्या था? इफ I is greater than equals to k minus 1, ठीक है, if I is greater than 3, we will update the result at I minus k plus 1, right? I minus k plus 1 is equals to nums dot nums of dat dot peak. So it will be the maximum for that particular index. For loop के बाहर we will return the result. ये सॉल्यूशन तो लगभग चैट जीपीटी का ही कॉपी कर दिया. कल फिर से ट्राई करेंगे डेक के बारे में पढ़ने के बाद अच्छे से. रिजल्ट 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 नाम का वेरिएबल ही नहीं है, so it would be res you are doing it now, solve it. Minimum window substring, longest substring with at most 2 distinct character. Deck implementation we need to learn. ये कल फिर से करते हैं. स्टॉक स्पैन प्रॉब्लम भी कल ही करते हैं अब. कल सिर्फ डेक के क्वेश्चंस करेंगे, डेक और क्यू के. प्रायोरिटी क्यू के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, डेक के बारे में पढ़ेंगे एंड सारे क्यूज के प्रॉब्लम करेंगे। ओके। स्टॉक स्पैन प्रॉब्लम देखते हैं व्हाट इट इज। Design an algorithm that collects daily price quotas for some stock and returns the span of that stock's price for the current day। ये कैसे सॉल्व होगा? It can be used using monotonic stack। Let's see। The span of the stock's price in one day is the maximum number of consecutive days starting from the day। Someone is calling me on Discord। Dipanshu Naik is here। What is up, Mota Bhai? Where is it? Monkey D. Luffy। यार आई गॉट अ न्यूज़ के कैब जी का रिजल्ट आ गया कई सारे लोगों को। बट मुझे कोई अपडेट तो नहीं आया। जो सोचा था वही हुआ क्या? जो नहीं होना चाहिए था वो हुआ क्या? There's no update in my profile। I need to work harder now if I'm not selected। Monkey D. Luffy, are you there in the live stream? सुबह तक आ जाए। कॉलेज में पता करना पड़ेगा। Let me ask my friends। Hmm, let's wait for some official announcements। नहीं, एक्सपायर नहीं होती है। डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी लिंक है। इजी क्वेश्चन है ये वाला। विल ट्राई। राइट नाउ आई एम जस्ट फिगरिंग आउट कि रिजल्ट आ गया क्या। Zoro, welcome to our server. Aditya Chandra is here. I'm here, Monkey D. Luffy. अगर प्रोसेस फ्लो में ट्रॉफी या इंटरिम ऑफर दिखाए आफ्टर चेकिंग डॉक्यूमेंट्स तो मतलब हो गया फिर। बट वहाँ पे प्रोसेस अपडेट ही नहीं हुआ मेरे सुपर सेट प्रोफाइल पे तो। मिठाई बांटने लगे। क्रेजी। मेरे प्रोफाइल पे कोई अपडेट नहीं है फिलहाल तो। हायरिंग वर्क फ्लो पर ही देखना है ना। कैप जेमिनाई एक्सेलर हायरिंग वर्क फ्लो। देयर इज नो अपडेट। ओके लेट्स सी कॉलेज में कुछ अनाउंसमेंट होता है उसके बाद पता चलेगा। मेरे हाथ में पसीना आ गया। ओके सो दे आर सेइंग टू वेट अंटिल नोटिस। बट मेरा मेरा इंटरव्यू तो काफ़ी पहले हो गया था ब्रो। अगर रिजल्ट्स आने लगे। दीपांशु गोली बेटा मस्ती नहीं। नहीं जेड एस एसोसिएट्स तो नहीं आया हमारे यहाँ। ना ही आने वाला कुछ अपडेट नहीं है अभी जेड एस एसोसिएट्स का। हम्म। लेट्स सी क्या होता है। व्हाट आर यू डूइंग दीपांशु। लेट्स सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम। जेड एस एसोसिएट्स अपना ही है। ये तो आपने बताया ही नहीं। आदित्य चंद्र एसीपी। व्हाट इमोजी यू आर यूजिंग। अच्छा नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करते हैं यार। इसके बाद स्ट्रीम एंड करेंगे। Design an algorithm that collects daily price quotas for some stock and return the span of that stock's price for the current day. करना पड़ेगा कल कॉलेज में पता। आज ही पता करना पड़ेगा। Price quotes for some stock and return the span of that stock's price for the current day. So the span of stock's price in one day is the maximum number of consecutive days starting from that day and going backward for which the stock price was less than or equal to the price of that day. For example, if the prices of the stock in the last 4 days is 7212 and the price of the stock today is 2, then the span of today is 4 because starting from today the price of the stock was less than or equal to 2 for 4 consecutive days. Implement the stock spanner class. Guys, I'm taking a short break. I will be back after 10 minutes and then we will solve this problem. Also, let me confirm it कि कॉलेज में किसी को रिजल्ट अपडेट हुआ या नहीं. Hmm, अभी वाला ब्रेक थोड़ा लंबा होगा 15 minutes break and after that we will be back again. We have revised stack and key implementation and solved easy including which problem we have solved today. Maximal rectangle and मतलब maximum window problem. And when we will continue with the remaining problems from the sheet. So span problem. Till then, bye bye. And increase this number, yaar.
कुछ ही नहीं दिख रहा। तेरा कैमरा ही बंद बंद है। अबे तू लाइव पे भाई, मेरी भी आवाज भाई। अबे लाइव पे अपन दोनों का साउंड जा रहा है। दोनों का साउंड जा रहा है। मेरा जा रहा है, तेरा नहीं जा रहा।
Hello, am I audible? राहुल राहुल ने कमेंट किया व्हाट अबाउट योर कैप जेमिनी रिजल्ट भाई रिजल्ट ही नहीं आया अभी there's no official announcement yet in my college or anywhere what is this actually Hmm, hmm, where is the webcam someone unsubscribed Hmm, sub count decreased and that should now we are good to go let's continue from where we left and close this quick break thing ओके वीएस कोड पे अपडेट भी करना है this is day number 39 and we have solved the maximal rectangle problem maximal rectangle dot java and after that there was a solve sliding window maximum हाँ मैंने तो कंफर्म किया ही नहीं कोई अपडेट आया नहीं वैसे कॉलेज से अभी लेट्स गो stock span problem and then celebrity problem it is asking subscribe to unlock ठीक है celebrity problem that we cannot solve LRU cache and LFU cache Okay. Damn. Guys, मेरे कॉलेज में भी अपडेट हो गया है. Am I audible and visible to you guys? OBS Studio. चलिए शुरू करते हैं बिना टाइम वेस्ट किए. Where is my stream? Let's continue. 8 people are watching still. That's crazy. Let's continue. VS Code. Okay. Let's close it. And here we have our drivers sheet. And we need to solve online stock span problem. Let's first understand the problem. Design an algorithm that collects daily price codes for some stock and return the span of the stock price for the current day. The span of stock price in one day is the maximum number of consecutive days starting from that day and going backward for which the stock price was less than or equal to the price of that day. Daily price codes from some stock. So if the price of the stock in the last 4 days is 734.12 and the price of the stock today is 8, then the span of today is 3. That means starting from today, the price of stock was less than or equal to 8 for 3 consecutive days. But it is not consecutive now. बीच में 34 भी तो आया. If the price of the stock in the last 4 days is 7212 and the price of the stock today is 2, then the span of today is 4. Okay, less than or equal to. Okay, current day को भी count करेंगे and these are the last 4 days from the end. 2, 1 and 2. It will be 4 and starting from today, the total number of consecutive days will be 3. Okay, implement stock spanner class. Stock spanner initializes the object of the class and int next int price returns the span of stock's price given that today's price is price. Okay, so how we can solve this problem? We can use a monotonic stack that stores. So we will get a price every time the method is called, and we need to write a generalized code which will give the span for that particular day, for that particular price on the given days. So we will use a monotonic stack that stores the pair of price and span, where price is the stock price for a particular day and span is the span completed at that day. So for each new price we can initialize span equals to 1 while the I'm not getting it. Sliding window maximum is also remaining. Shweta Didi, how are you? All power is within you. You can do anything or everything. This is not same as the problem we are solving. Okay, sorry. Someone was commenting. I did not look into the chat. JVD, मेरे को shout out दे दो JVD. Okay, bro. What do you do, JVD? हेमंत शर्मा ब्लॉग्स। अरे वाह, ब्लॉग्स बनाते हो तुम? कहाँ से हो ब्रो? अरे दैट, इधर नेटवर्क इशू है। ओके ओके। कैप्शन कहाँ से बंद होता है? You have uploaded 97 videos. You still have 100 subscribers. Still trying. Okay. Still you got views. You're uploading shorts. You will get through it. So a huge shout out to Hemant Sharma Vlogs. जिस किसी को देखना है वो, you can go and watch him. But he unsubscribed our channel and ran away. Okay, but you can still watch him. Let's focus on the problem. We can use an array list, but stocks panel में क्या आएगा? Next. Okay, with these values, because the last four prices, including today's price of 75, were less than or equal to today's price. This. So it has price and span. So let's create a pair. Int price and span, and pair int price comma int span. This job price. We are just creating a class named pair which will store the price and span. Okay. And we will use a stack which will store these pair for price and its span. Okay. And for each new price we will initialize this span as 1. Of this private stack pair stack, and inside stocks panel we will create a stack is equals to new stack, and in this method we will initialize the span with value equals to 1. And for the current day we will calculate the span using the stack. So while stack is not empty, and stack dot peak dot price less than equals to price, span plus equals to stack dot pop, and after that we will push into the stack the new pair of price and span, price comma span, and we will return the span. Hope it works. Let's run it. Spelling are missing here. Zoro is saying we have to do next greater element on the left first. That is what we did now. Okay, it worked. Let's submit it. And it's working. This is it. The celebrity problem is locked on the lead code. And we have to revise the solution for sliding window maximum using deck that we will do tomorrow. And the remaining two problems will be solving. We will be solving the remaining two problems tomorrow. And after that we will solve the step number 10, that is sliding window and two pointer combined problems. Okay. कितना फंबल कर रहा हूँ मैं? Check Discord. Okay sir. बट किससे कह रहे हो Discord चेक करने के लिए? Okay, for the sliding window problem. Thanks, Swarit. Now I want to look into the syllabus of my midsem exam and subjects. Perplexity. Architecture in RGPV 7th Fam. Tech. Big data and software architecture and cryptography and information security. Sarit, can you teach me cryptography? This is how we get a question paper. And the syllabus. Software architecture. There are 5 units. Overview of software development methodology, software quality model, some syllabus, and let's see. Unit 1, overview of software development methodology. Okay, CS701. Guys, how do you prepare for your semester exams? Using ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini. Which AI do you use? Thank you so much, Swarit. I will ask you. The unit 1 introduces our किताब का नाम नहीं सुना. This unit introduces architecture fundamentals in the context of development methodologies and quality model. Overview of SDL, software development methodologies, SDM, quality models, software development and the users, introduction to software architecture, evolution of software architecture, software architecture notes. अरे इस वेबसाइट पे तो कोई नोट्स नहीं थे अभी तक. शुरू से पूरा. ओके. Overview of software development methodology is a framework that is used to structure, plan, and control the process of developing an information system. With the software development process, it does not involve any technical aspect of, but only concerned with the proper planning for the software development. Agile software development, Scrum development methodology, Lean development methodology, Rapid RAD, Dynamic system development model. Okay, there are many topics. These are the same thing that सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग में पढ़े हुए जो टॉपिक्स हैं, ये तो वही हैं रिपीटेड. कॉलेज वेबसाइट हैक करनी है. Okay, let's download it. Software quality model, model of software development in the use, introduction to software architecture. Okay, this is something that I should not do on the live stream, or should I? So guys, I think I should end the stream for today, or should I continue? Is anyone interested in playing chess? We can continue for 15 more minutes. I will end the stream at 11:30, okay? And how is the structure looking? मतलब अभी कैसा लग रहा है ये चैट लाइव स्ट्रीम पे दिख रही है सबकी? तो इज इट गुड और बैड? डबल स्क्रीन क्यों दिख रही है तुम लोगों को? रुको, for what? किस पे जाओ, किस पे जाओ? What are you saying, Sarit? Let's play a chess match, and after that we will end the stream. नहीं यार, इसको ज्वाइन नहीं करना था. What is your tech stack, bro? I made I made some projects using Monstack, जबकि मेरे को Monstack नहीं आती है. लाइव चैट पर ही है ब्रो. And I am also learning Java full stack development, Spring Boot वगैरह. That I will start sharing on live stream after my midsem exams. Okay. Okay. Custom challenge and challenge link. Here is the link. कोई भी चेस प्रो हो तो ज्वाइन करो. We'll play a match. I will start learning it. Java full stack. Although I have done training in Java full stack development by Wipro, but उतने अच्छे से नहीं आता है. Okay, let's play with someone random if you are not interested. इसकी रेटिंग है 1039. My rating is 1055. Discord check. Okay, I will check it. Is it visible? SG Bhai is the legend. Damn. This is the tech stack of Mr. SG Bhai. Completed rooms 140. Okay, we will watch it later. Hmm. उससे जब तुम मॉक इंटरव्यू लोगे तब पता चल जाएगा। टेक हिज मॉक इंटरव्यू। हाँ, हर्षित भाई ने तो दिया था सबसे पहले इंटरव्यू। कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूरे इंटरव्यू वैसा ही हुआ था जैसा एस जी भाई ने पूछा। एस जी भाई। दोनों, बिहेवियरल और टेक्निकल दोनों क्वेश्चंस पूछे थे। जो क्वेश्चंस एस जी भाई ने पूछे वो थोड़े डिफिकल्ट थे। देन द एक्चुअल क्वेश्चंस which were asked in the interview. ऑन कैंपस थोड़ा इजी होता भी है ऑफ कैंपस के कंपैरिजन में। हाँ, बहुत इजी होता है ब्रो। ऑन कैंपस आई वुड से कि काफ़ी ज़्यादा इजी होता है। You did say, अब तो तेरा खेल खत्म हो जाना चाहिए. You resigned. Okay, this was it for today. We are done. You guys don't play chess. सीखो यार, chess खेलना सीखो. We will play together. Okay, thank you everyone for joining and see you guys tomorrow and all the best for your endeavors. Bye bye. Bye bye. Good night. See you tomorrow and thank you so much Zoro for consistently solving problem with me and huge shout out to you. Zoro and SG Bhai, thank you so much for joining in. Okay, I'm ending the stream now. Bye bye.